You know what, David? I'm gonna ask you a question about a quote. You were recently featured in Talent Monthly magazine. It starts off with a quote: "There will come a day where people like us will start teaming together, and there will be a transfer of power." What did you mean by that?
What I mean by that is where two or more are gathered in his name for real and willing to die for the cause, that's where it starts. And right now, it's starting, Mike. Right now, there's the remnant who's arising right now. And you know who you are out there. You're one of them, Jeannie's one of them, and many, many of your followers and your listeners are part of the remnant. God's now calling the remnant up and understanding that together we have the power that the world can't even comprehend. So what's going to happen, you'll see this very quickly shift, that the power will go from the ungodly, from the worldly to the godly. Okay? Now, when I say power, a lot of people think, oh, that means I'm going to make a lot of money. That means I'm going to be famous. That means well, I don't know what exactly that means except power. You see, the power means that we have the ability to maneuver and to get things done. And this is what's happening. You're going to see that exchange of power very, very soon. It's happening now, actually.
That's exciting to hear. Now, you know, David, typically, I'm not saying always, but I'm saying typically, when we see a Christian movie and it's billed as a Christian movie, it's very disappointing. I mean, it comes out very hokey, and the market, I guess, for Christian movies and series it's just not there. I mean, there are some inroads being made right now, but you're kind of out in the forefront of all this. You're not billing this series, though, as a Christian series, are you?
No, as a matter of fact, I ask people not to call me a Christian filmmaker. I don't like that label. I'm a filmmaker who happens to be a child of God. Okay, so we put too many labels on these things. The problem with Christian films is they want to make everybody happy. They're trying to make money. And because you can't make money, you can't make more movies and a nice profit. People are in it now for the money. And so what they're doing is they're making these universal feel-good movies, putting the label Christian on them, because the Christians will go out and get them thinking that that's a gift from God. They'll watch it. And unfortunately, Mike, here's the problem. This is what makes me mad. Some people think it's the gospel. And a lot of these films, they're anything but the gospel. I mean, I can find the gospel of Jesus Christ more in some of these R-rated movies than I can some of these, quote, Christian movies. So what I'm doing is none of that. I'm throwing all the labels out the window. And I'm calling it CSI meets the Book of Revelation. And it's as simple as that. And people go, oh, well, that's interesting. What kind of, well, it's CSI meets the Book of Revelation. It's action, it's drama, it's suspense, maybe some comedy in it.
Wow. I mean, that's just great stuff right there. I mean, you really said it all, because, let's just take one mainstream movie that was sort of billed as being about the Bible, and that's the movie The Shack. And of course, I read the book when it came out, and I was naive back then. I thought, oh, entertaining book. But that's the danger, don't you believe, when you get Hollywood putting a twist on the Bible.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. I have never seen the movie The Shack. I've never seen most Christian movies. But I can tell you that when I hear everybody in the world raving about a Christian movie, I can pretty much tell you that there's something wrong with that movie. Did you hear what I said? Everybody in the world almost raving about it. When I hear someone doesn't even know God raving about this movie, and yet they're not talking about God, bringing to the truth, the gospel, I'm going, wait a minute, oh, there's something wrong with this picture. So people, we have to be awake. And that's why your conference is so important. Hear the Watchmen, a group of people that get together and listen to other people talk and get awakened. And by the way, your conference was so key in launching this last Evangelist. You and Jeannie were so key in this. And this was just, what, 9 months ago, something like this, that it was amazing. And hey, I wanted to give everybody this website if I can, Mike, before I forget it. Yeah, go to lastevangelist.com, lastevangelist.com, sign the newsletter. There's a donate button if God leads you to donate. I'm not going to collect money from investors, even if I have to fund a lot of this myself. This is something God's laid on my heart. I'm going to do it. I need your help, and I want to thank you very much.
Wow. Well, folks, again, thelastevangelist.com. If you find it in your heart, click that donate button. I mean, talk about someone who's truly doing God's work. David's not going out and seeking investors because he doesn't want anybody telling him what to do and what to say. He just wants to tell the truth. Now, David, the last time that you and I spoke together on this show, you were building a set somewhere or doing something like that. Where are we now with when you believe that this series will premiere?
Well, it'll premiere the end of this year. We have our own station, our own Roku and Amazon station, David Heavener TV. You can go to davidheavener.tv. But also, if someone comes along, Mike, a network with a big fat check and doesn't force me to edit it and takes it as it is, hey, we'll take that, won't we? But we always have a home for it. We know we've got a worldwide home for this. We're building sets now. It takes about 3 or 4 months to build some of these sets. And we'll start shooting sometime in May, June, something like that. And we'll have the first episodes released in the third to the last quarter of this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, folks, again, thelastevangelist.com. Go check it out. Don't just sit back in your chairs and complain about what goes on in Hollywood. Get involved with somebody who's doing something different. David Heavener is doing that. So get involved, be a part of it. It's a movement is what it is. David, again, thank you so much. I know you got to run and you got more work to do today. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us.
Hey, thanks, Mike. God bless you, and God bless everybody out there in Hear the Watchman land.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you here in just a few weeks. And folks, don't forget, come on out there, get to the conference, www.hearthewatchman.com. If you absolutely can't make it, you can stream it. There's a button on there that says streaming ticket. Click that. You get to watch it for 6 months. It's a nice way to see the whole conference if you can't be there in person, but there is nothing like being there in person.